They're empowering and strengthening individuals, families, and communities. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the Executive Director of Spectrum Child and Family Services, Shirley Edwards. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning.
What exactly does your organization do? Been around for about 40 years, just sort of quietly doing what needs to be done.
Yes, we've been here 40 years. In fact, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. Our parent organization is Spectrum Human Services, and we have 4 affiliate companies. And we each specialize in different things, like Child and Family specializes in a lot of the traditional programs that people are familiar with, like foster care and adoption, residential, shelter, family preservation, and programs of that nature. We have Spectrum Community Services, which specializes with working with developmentally disabled adults and with children with autism. Then we have Juvenile Justice, which we run 2 secure facilities, treatment facilities for young men. And then we also have Primary Care, which is a outpatient clinic that does psychological assessments and testing and individual, family, and group counseling.
So many needed programs. I know you're in charge specifically of the Child and Family Services.
Correct.
Always in need of money, of items, of people, volunteers to help out. What are your biggest needs today?
My first need are people. We would love to have additional people come in and recruit them for being foster or adoptive parents. We also need staff to operate a lot of our programs. We look for social workers, we look for direct care staff, and we look for clinicians and therapists. Also, the other major thing are things that we need that we don't always have the dollars for example. In our independent living programs, these are young people from the ages of 16 to 19. They need linens for full-size beds, bedspreads, pots and pans, dishes, all of the things that they would need to set up their first apartment once they leave our program. In addition to that, we would like to get assistance. We have programs in Flint, for example. Everyone is aware of the Flint crisis with water. We have some local offices here in Detroit that if you're interested in wanting to support those families, you could donate water and transport that to one of our local offices, and we'll take that to Flint where our families are there that we distribute directly to their homes and provide assistance through our other programs.
What are the biggest needs today? I mean, obviously the Flint crisis is something that has recently popped up in that specific area, but overall, are there trends as far as what is needed more today than it has been in the past?
Probably foster and adoptive parents. Foster care is a short-term program. Of course, our goal is always to have kids stay with their families. So we go into those homes to work with the families to keep them reunited. But our shortest commodity are people. So I really would like to encourage folks who have the time, the energy, and the love to open up their homes to some of our children.
That is a huge commitment. What does it take to be a foster parent and eventually maybe even an adoptive parent?
First, what they do is show an interest, then they come in and they will go through a series of trainings that would help them prepare themselves to take in a young person in their homes. We like to say it only takes love, but it takes skill and a lot of patience as well to work with these young children. And at that point, they will have an assessment of their family and their home, and then, of course, there's some decision made whether or not they would be appropriate parents based on the types of children they would like to have in their home.
And I would imagine, is there a waiting list? Are you really just sitting waiting to place kids?
It's always a need. We're looking for homes that can accommodate more than one child because we like to keep children sibships together. So families who can accommodate 2 to 3 children would be a fantastic asset to our agency and to the community.
All right, what a wonderful way to give back if anybody can do that. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can visit spectrumhuman.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Shirley Edwards, the Executive Director of Spectrum Child and Family Services.